Episode 1. Welcome to A Toast to Life. My name is Luis. Everybody calls me Dusko. And here we go, man. This is a blessing. This is nerve-wracking. This is everything it needs to be in order for me to bring this content to you guys, the public, the viewers. So before we get going, like, subscribe, and share to anybody you think needs to hear this. Let's talk about really quick what this will be. This is supposed to be a good time. This is supposed to be what you do when you're around your loved ones, your friends, your cousins, your family members, your friends that are family. You know, because I think when you start having a couple drinks, as fun as it is, shots, whatever it is, you become more confident in speaking in things that you wouldn't talk about when you are sober or when you don't have that confidence boost. I'm speaking here to you guys today because now, even though it's still nerve-wracking, I have that confidence. I have that in me, that it part in me to relay my story, my message to everybody around me, the viewers, my followers on Instagram, whatever it is. When you speak to me, I'm able to speak my story comfortably to you guys. And I hope after you hear the first episode until all the rest of the episodes we have, you'll get that confidence. Well, this is episode 1, as I said. In the next episode and the ones after that, I will be having some special guests that have stories to tell you guys, tell me. I have stories to tell them, and just get in a regular setting, you would say, to speak about life, about certain views, certain topics. So if you have a topic you want to hear or want to hear somebody's side to it, drop your comment below. Let us know what that topic is or what you feel we need to be saying, and we'll get right to it. So let's start really quick with how we got here. And how we got here was 2020. 2020 was a B, right? It was tough. And when I mean it was tough, it brought a lot of things to light with mental health, financially, work purpose, home situations. You know, me, my girlfriend that's behind the camera helping me out right now as we first episode, we're new to this. It brought a lot of things to life with us. And when I start off with mental health was me, I'm always on the go. I work for my dad. I am a high school coach, and I go to the gym. That's a passion. That's not just a hobby. It's a way of life for me. You already know. But when everything happened, the lockdown, couldn't do anything extra besides go to work, come home, and that is it. Walk around the block. I fell into, I would say, depression. And why? Because a lot of things that I would put to the side, I had to deal with it now, because now I didn't have a busy schedule enough to keep my mind off of it. I didn't have a place to release that type of stress, which it was the gym. And for you guys, it might be something else, whatever it may be. It brought that to light. And what that did is that affected myself, that affected my household, my relationship, with my parents, with my everything as a whole. That's the way it affected. And it wasn't until I had to own up to it as a person and speak like, hey, this is what's happening, I was able to become a better person. Now, any problem, any sort of thing that's happening, hey, it's going to be okay. And I truly believe it's going to be okay. A lot of us say, don't worry about it. We say a lot of things that we don't mean because our actions don't show it. And that's the way I am. That my actions need to show it. But when I would say be motivated, I wasn't doing it myself. I've said it before. You can have everything in the world and still feel empty inside, and that's the way it happened. That's what it was. Until, my household, my wife, my girlfriend, my best friend, she had to hold it down, and it would be days of crying, it would be days of being mad, angry. And I think now we ended 2020 in one of the best ways possible, and we entered 2021, boom, guns blazing, running, and we're able to provide this message to everybody here. We're not stopping here. This is not just a one and done type of episode. This isn't a one. We're here to provide content for all the viewers, all the people that need to hear this, because one thing that did help me in 2020 was listening to messages like this that we're doing now. I knew the content already that was being spoken, but hearing it from somebody else, it settled in a different way. 2021 is supposed to be a better year, but it's only going to be better if you yourself go out and act upon it. We're here now in this setting, in this content, trying to provide this for you, and it's not as easy, because one, you have to be confident. Now, the guests that I'm going to bring on here, that we're going to have, they're not a big celebrity, they're not IG, they're not YouTube famous, they're not whatever it is. They're just, and the way I see myself, as a normal day-to-day person that is just motivated, self-motivated, because I've said it before, and I've said it many times. You have to remember your why every time you get up. You know, my why is seeing my, we have a beautiful 11-month-old, almost a year, running around now, and I see him every day. I see my mom, I see my dad, my sisters, my nieces, my wife, and I know I have people that depend on me. So if I don't get up motivated, I can't provide the way I need to. I can't be the person I am to them. I can't be the person I am to the world, because my famous quote that almost everybody knows is pay your dues. And I feel when you gotta pay your dues, it's because you owe it to someone that lets you be here every single day. And when you're able to wake up every single day, that's a blessing already. And why not take the blessings? Here we are again. We are in the living room of our place, and we're here trying to provide this content. So if you have a hard time expressing the way you feel, reach out to whoever you're confident and you trust with your life with, because I feel the people that you have around you do dictate how you are as a person, how you conduct yourself. My mom, we're Hispanic, Mexican, always said, tell me who you're with and I'll tell you who you are. And I brought that to life this year big time, because at the end of the day, it's your friends, so-called friends, and this is where a lot of people have a hard time, is when you want to change something for yourself, whether it's to be on a diet, change your job, do something that takes up most of your time, whatever brand, content, gym, whatever it is, when you're losing time with your friends because you got to work on yourself, the famous thing that they'll say is, you've changed, you don't care, do this. Hey, why don't you care about me, and I need to work on me? I believe this: you can't take care of nobody else, and you can't help nobody else until you help yourself. I'm not saying you have to be selfish and not give and do this, but you do have to be okay with yourself first in order to give your best to somebody else and help them. I'm a big believer that you have to be willing to give on the right state and not expect anything in return, because at the end of the day, one day, it doesn't have to be now, it doesn't have to be next week, tomorrow, in a month, 2 months. It's one day your good deed will be paid back to you in whatever form. Not money, not possessions, not it, and the opportunity it may be, and what you think was luck that you weren't there at that right time, and whatever it is. But at one point, whatever you believe in, this It's not a religious channel. Whatever you believe in will pay you back. Because I do believe there is a higher power above us that got us in this position, that put me in this position with you guys here. And that's why we're here. It wasn't. This is now speaking about what we're going to be going into. It's 2021. Going back to it, 2021. It's about setting goals, that are attainable to yourself, attainable to your team. My goal here is to be able to change and help, not change, but help you guys in some sort of way, to help others around me, to build a team, to build, a movement, a brand that's going to help change the public's eye, whatever, and we end up in a better position that we once were, definitely, because I heard it in an interview long time ago, but I remember it to now. If you haven't changed after a week, haven't changed in a month, in a year, we wasted time. We have to adapt to what the world is giving us, and right now it's not easy. Definitely it's not easy, but a better life is possible. A better outlet is possible, and it's a matter of you going out there and making it happen. You have to be I'm not going to say man, a person of your word. Your word is your bond, and if your word isn't your bond, then you will stand for anything and stand for nothing and fall for anything, right? I think that's the saying it goes, right? And that's why, like, I'm not promoting to drink and being alcoholics, definitely not. But what this setting is supposed to be, and what this setting is right now, I know I'm by myself, girlfriend behind here, the setting is supposed to be comfortable. These are conversations, I've had them. I have a lot of these conversations not too long ago, and it's just like, bro, like, these are stories that we're able to tell anybody. And it's not about being ashamed. You cannot be ashamed of what your story is. No matter how you got to the position you are now, your story is your story. Like I tell my girlfriend, her story is her story, mine is my story, and I remember my why every single day I wake up. I might have my highs and lows, but at the end of the day, I'm blessed enough to keep on going forward. And one of like I said, my reasons of why I get up every day and I know I got to do things. And the next reason is I wear them on my chest, and I never forget them. I never forget who I have taking care of me. And it might be dark days that we're going to go through. This is not, this isn't an outlet to forget about where you're going to. But you have to remember, in those dark days, you got to remember what you learned, because when you get into the light, and I always feel there is a light at the end of the tunnel, you can't forget what you learned in the dark, because if we forget that, then we go right back in there. You got to grow as a person, and if you got to let go of people, you have to let go of people. There's a lot of people maybe in your life that are holding you back from doing something you really want to do. And if you're not taking that opportunity in yourself, whether you succeed or you fail, even if you fail, the biggest one, if you fail, how would you even know that without you even trying it? It doesn't matter what it is. This is a first for me. This is a first for us as a team, for my guests that I'm gonna have here. It's we ain't trying to duplicate anybody, because we're individuals. You can't duplicate us. You can't duplicate our energy. You can't duplicate my energy. And same thing with you watching this. You can't duplicate yourself, because you got to hold yourself to a high standard. You got to hold yourself to the highest standard, and you can't take anything less. So what I'm not trying to get to this. I'm trying to say is, for you to be okay with yourself, you need to work on yourself. You need to know what's good for you and what's bad for you. Even though you think something is good for you and it's always been bad for you, it can be relationships, it can be habits, it can be whatever it is. Throw them out. It can be hard. It's gonna be hard, because for the longest time it was hard for myself, letting go of the habit of dismissing my feelings and not talking about my feelings. And until, it's okay to cry. I've cried many times. I am ashamed of it, but it got me where I am today. Where I am today is I'm able to speak to you guys in the most positive way I possibly can. And here we are. And what's yet to come is going to be super exciting, because I can't sleep these days, and just thinking about what I can do, what we can do, what content we're going to bring, because this isn't written down. I don't have any side of notes next to me. This is just what's coming straight from my heart, from my head, because the best storylines are the ones that are unscripted. That's what it is. With that being said, before we take any longer, the way the channel is, what is named, we're drinking some tequila. I'm not going to tell you what we're drinking because this isn't promoting them. But let's have a toast to life, because the life we have right now it's a blessing. So a toast to life. Woo! Stay tuned for the next episode. Like, subscribe, and we'll see you then. First one in the books.